So I came to Friends Seminary in 1984, the fall of 84. Extrinsic qualities of the fact that it was not Friends Seminary that you see from within, but I knew it was a Quaker school located in New York. I thought being in New York would be great. I grew up in the upstate New York Quaker community, so I thought this would be like coming home in a way. And then once I was here, I realized once inside the school that in a deeper way I'd come home. That I found myself in a loving community where I found myself taking root in ways I hadn't expected. I wouldn't have answered this question this way until this week. But this weekend I spent time with my wife at home, huddled in blankets, doing a jigsaw puzzle. And that seems like such a quiet, old-fashioned thing to do. But it was the puzzle was Van Gogh's Starry Night. And it didn't have sharp delineations and edges. But every piece I had to pick up, put it under the light, and look for extremely subtle differences to figure out where it would go. And that process of looking for very subtle differences reminded me of the joy I had in my stamp collection when I was a 7 or 8 year old, and doing stamps with my father. Again, learning to look for extremely small differences. Mr. Robertson, and he was my English teacher in high school for 9th, parts of 10th, parts of 11th grade, off and on. We had little mini courses in those days, and he taught me a course in Japanese literature, a course in Norwegian literature, and he was also my French 1 teacher. It gives you a sense of the size of the school. It was a relatively small public school in upstate New York. He took an interest in me and in my brother. We were outsiders in my town. I moved to the town as an 8th grader and really felt out of place. It seemed like if your grandparents weren't born in town, you were an outsider at that field. And here this English teacher took an interest in us, and he was having the class read Sinclair Lewis. And most of my classmates, it was Main Street, Sinclair Lewis, and most of my classmates didn't like it at all. And I just ate it up. I loved the way Lewis writes about small town America and the need to get out. And I thought, whoa, that book speaks to my condition. It's Festina Lente. I'm curious to know if other teachers have that motto. We'll see at the end of a couple of others, because it's a very common motto, it turns out. The Medici's used it, Augustus used it. Make haste slowly. Make haste slowly. Seems like a nice, almost, if one could use the word Quakerly, approach to life. Keep at it, but be deliberate, and something done too quickly won't be done well.